Hey, what's up everyone? So in this video, I've got some mail to open. So I'm sure many of you saw the video that I did on the 3D printed DL-44 blaster that was sent to me by John at DL-44 Blaster. Well, John sent me another one to review, and in this case, I know what it is. So this here is the Greedo killer, and there is a little bit of a story behind this particular prop. So as you know, the DL-44 was modeled on a real-world C96 Mauser pistol. In this case, this is an MGC, or Model Gun Corporation. It's a Japanese company, long gone, but they would make 100% non-firing replicas of the C96. So that's what they used in this case. And if you remember in the film, very, very brief shot. Here's a picture. Very brief shot, close-up shot of Han slowly pulling it out, getting ready to blast Greedo. That's this one. As well as cases where it had to be transported. Okay, they would use the replicas. Okay, if they had to be transported, say from like Tunisia to London or wherever. And there's a couple of different versions of this MGC Greedo killer. There's the film used version, which I believe this one is more accurate to. But there's also a Star Wars Chronicles version. Star Wars Chronicles is a book, lots of pictures. And here's some pictures of Harrison Ford holding the Greedo killer prop. Okay, Star Wars Chronicles version. Okay, they're very, very similar, but I believe this one is closer to the film used version. And I'm going to link a video that John did. Okay, it's on his YouTube channel. He goes into a whole lot more detail than I just did, and I hope I didn't screw anything up just then, John. If I did, comment below, and I apologize. I was paraphrasing, but John did a very, very good video on this particular blaster, as well as the backstory, even more in depth than I just did. I will link that video below, and I will also link, his YouTube page is DL-44 Blaster. His Instagram is Be Your Own Scoundrel, and I will link his Etsy page below if you're interested in one of these. So be sure and check him out. But John, thank you so much again. I am absolutely loving the Bespin version of the DL-44 that you sent me. It's on my desk. It's absolutely beautiful. I can't wait to get a good look at this one. So let's get into this. All right, John, let's see what we got. Cannot wait to see what this looks like. Okay, let's put this thing down. So I'll cut myself. This out of the way. This out of the way. This out of the way. Bubble bath. Oh wow! This. Woo! Oh. Okay. All right. Hang on. Here's one scope. I wonder. Okay. So here is one of the scopes. All right, so the weavers right here are more football shaped. This may be more accurate to the film, but there's another scope in here too. I wonder if this one is more accurate to the Star Wars Chronicles version. Hang on. John, you've packaged this so well. Yes, these are more rounded. Okay, so we have, thanks, John. This one as well as this one. Two different versions, and you can clearly see that the scope mounts here, these are more football shaped. These are round right here. That's awesome. That's so awesome. Thank you for sending me both. That is just absolutely incredible. Oh, there's another note in here. And this little note says, Matt, thanks again for taking the time to make this video. Hope you like this Greedo killer. P.S. Every good scoundrel needs to be able to call their droid and have some holster rig greeblies. Best, John. That's so nice. That's so nice. Thanks so much, John. I can't wait to see what else is in here. Okay, here is the same little card that goes on the stand that he did for the Bespin model that I have. So get this thing open. Yeah, here's a... This is cool. There's two of them. Two cards. Yeah, Han Solo, Greedo killer. Just too cool. Let me put those down. All right, here is the thing. Find where it's taped. It looks funny with no scope on it. It really, well, it looks like a C96. That's awesome. Just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Here's your scope mount here on the side. I love this. Just absolutely awesome. Let me put this down over here for 1 second. Hang on. Okay, hang on a second. P.S. Every good scoundrel needs to be able to call their droid. Is this a droid caller? As I was reading, I thought that's what may be in this box, because I saw your post on Instagram. You were building one of these. A droid caller. That is just awesome. Thank you, sir. That's really nice. I love it. Love that. Let's see. It's that. What else is in here? This is just a box full of just goodies. Oh, okay. That little bit, this little bit, and this little bit. Holster greeblies. I guess that's what all this stuff is. I'm going to have to take a closer look at this. This looks like a little CO2 canister. And we got a couple of flash suppressors here. Oh, he wrote instructions on that one. Pull. That's slick. All right. Here's a cosplay one. Okay, an orange one. And this one with this giant wing nut. But you know, this is accurate to the prop. You know, that big old wing nut being there. And it's a functioning wing nut. That's just awesome, John. Cool. So 2 different flash suppressors. And a stand. I love your stands, I have to say. Make sure I didn't miss anything. No, that's it. Let me put this down. Yeah, there's the stand. Wow. Wow. Here, let me get rid of that. And let's get back to this. This is well done. Just well done. And I'm sure this functions, yeah, just like the other one. Okay, yep, got a safety here. You pull the hammer back, it will fire. And if the safety's back, you can pull the bolt back, and it locks the hammer back, and it's ready to fire. Okay, just like the Bespin model. It's just incredible that he made everything in here actually work. Just too cool. Just super cool. Man, this is just well done in here. It just looks great. And again, I may paint it, I may not. I mean, it looks great as is. It looks fantastic. Wow. All right. I'm going to take the blaster, the scopes. Can't believe you gave me both scopes. That's just awesome. The droid collar. I love this. I absolutely love this. The stand and these other little goodies in the other room. And let's get a better look at them.
And here is the Greedo killer, and it barely fits in frame. This thing is massive. My arms are fully extended. It looks incredible. And as you see, I put this scope on. So during the unboxing, I had the scopes flip-flopped in my head. This is the film version with the more rounded scope rings. The Star Wars Chronicles version is this one here. I did not know that John was going to send me both scopes. I mean, that's just too kind of you, sir. But as you see, this one has the more football-shaped scope rings. Okay, so this is the Star Wars Chronicles version. That's the film version. I kind of prefer the film version. I mean, not that this is bad, but when you have this one mounted on here, if I pulled up this picture here, this front scope ring is just kind of floating in the breeze. It's not attached to anything. I mean, not that that looks bad, and it's accurate to the picture. I just kind of like the film version better. But I'm so glad to have both, John. That is just so nice of you. The detail on this one is killer. You know, you have this little rail here that the thing can be mounted on, and these are swappable. There's some little bitty screws under here, but they look great. These can turn, these can turn. You have this cool design in the lens there. I just love that. Yeah, great looking scope, but I do prefer the film version. Here, let me move this out of the way, the Chronicles version scope, and back to this. All right, so yeah, film version scope. It looks great, compact, super 2¼ This is actually on the other one, but it's not painted. Okay, I'm totally digging that. This one also has a cool design in the lens. Let's see if I can get it. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, just awesome. The scope looks amazing. The scope mount looks incredible. These are well done. This up here, I'm digging this. It's like a big heat sink. It's just awesome. But you know, that was on the prop. And I put the silver flash suppressor on, and this is kind of cool. Flash hider M9 LFC. Yeah, Lucasfilm Corporation, I guess. I love it, and the wing nut is just cool. Just too cool. And, you know, if you want to switch out that, you can just pull, and you can put the orange one on if you want to for cosplay. Just like that. Okay, they only go on so far. Okay, he has printed in a little stop inside there, so it only goes on so far. Okay, but that's what that looks like. I prefer the silver one, and I'm sure this orange bit can come out. I can't get it out. It's really in there. I have to work on that. But, you know, when this is on, you know, you really can't see it unless you look right down the barrel. You know, you can see it. But this will go on there. I think that's as far as that goes. Yeah, and then you can tighten up this wing nut. Again, this is a functioning wing nut. It actually works. And that looks great. And that wing nut was in the, you know, on the prop. So I'm glad he included that. The trigger looks great. The grip looks good. And just like the other C96 Mausers, you have this slot back here because you could turn the C96 into a carbine. You can slide a stock in there. Okay, so that's there. And the safety and the hammer and the bolt and the sight all function. Okay, you can pull the safety back, pull the hammer back, and it's ready to fire. Or you can have the safety back and you can pull the bolt back. Okay, just like you would on a real semi-automatic pistol. And it's ready to go. Bam. And the sight, you know, just like the other one, it's hard to get to with the scope on, but you know, you can push that little button right there, slide this up, and you can adjust your sight just like on a real pistol. This one is set, let's see, 500 meters. Okay, that's cool. There's your ejector right there, your, you know, ejection port, you know, just like on a real pistol. And I think I kind of misspoke when I was showing you the sight. I said it was set at 500 meters. No, that's how far you can take it out, okay, up here. It's not set at anything, okay? It's just, you know, like a regular sight. But you can push that little button there and slide this up like that. Again, when the scope is on, it's very difficult. But yeah, this will just slide, and you can adjust the sight. You know, see, it raises it up, and it can go out to 500 meters. On the MGCs, okay, the model gun, the Mauser stamp is only on the barrel. It is not on the side here, just like on a real Mauser. And all the serial numbers that are back here on a real Mauser aren't on the MGC. Okay, that's my understanding. So the Mauser stamp is on the barrel, so he included that. Waffenfabrik Mauser, Oberndorf, something, I don't know. Yeah, that's awesome. That is awesome. Just like on the Bestman model. The detail on this sucker is just absolutely unreal. And again, I may paint it, you know, I could throw a dark wash on the grip, maybe some silver dry brushing throughout, maybe a dark wash on the flash suppressor. Yeah, I mean, from end to end, it just looks absolutely wonderful. And real quick, before I show you the stand, I almost forgot this. So John designs these to where they can be field stripped. So let me pull the flash suppressor off. You can pull the safety back, pull the hammer back, push this little button right there up. You can field strip this thing. He designed this to field strip just like a real Mauser pistol, and you can see all the inner workings, all 3D printed. Everything works beautifully. Yeah, I just want to show you that real quick. And then to reassemble, you can just slide that back up there. You can engage that. Okay, let the hammer fall back down, push the safety back, push this down, okay, to lock everything back in place. And then you can put your flash suppressor back on and tighten up the little wing nut. And here's a look at the stand. And again, John, I love these stands. These things work so well. So you have this thing here, and then you have a couple of hooks. The larger one fits in there. The smaller one will just slide in there. And that allows you to just hang the blaster on the stand. The big hook just sits between the trigger guard and the grip, and then the smaller hook just sits right under the barrel. And you can display your blaster like that. And that just looks incredible. And then you have this little stand here. There's a magnet inside. Okay, so it will sit there. There's a magnet inside the base. And then he printed 2 different cards, okay, depending on what scope you choose to put on. I chose the film version, so I'm going to use the filming prop variant card. But if you put the other scope on, he has this Star Wars Chronicles variant card. Okay, so depending on which one you use, I put the film version scope on, so I'm going to put this little card right there. Let's see, get that to sit just right there. Han Solo Greedo Killer. That looks incredible. Thanks, John. Thank you so much again. And again, it's my pleasure to do this video. But before I go stick this on the desk, let's look at the other goodies that he sent me. So here's the droid collar. And this is just awesome. And this was, you know, the prop was most likely built on a Cobalt flash handle. Okay, there's this little slot back here to slide the flash into. But all the detail, that moves. all these little things, were most likely on the prop, because it's a real world thing, a flash handle. It's cool that that's even there. It's just awesome. The Cobalt logo looks amazing. I just love that. Just love it. So droid collar. And then for the holster greeblies, all these other little things. Here's this little canister. And again, it looks like a little CO2 canister. Okay, just 3D printed. Okay, so there's that. And these things, these are like fuses. And they look fantastic. And I translated this. It says made in Karelia, which is just perfect. Just absolutely perfect. What an awesome box of stuff. I just love it. So let's go stick this on my desk and let's see how it looks there. And here's the Greedo killer on the desk. And yeah, just as expected, it's awesome. And you can see that it dwarfs the Bespin version. It's so much bigger. And it's because of the flash suppressor. There's more barrel showing before you get to the suppressor compared to the Bespin version. Okay, this is much shorter. And of course, the scope on this one just makes it look massive. I mean, two beautiful pieces. But thanks again, John, for sending this my way. Just very kind of you. Again, I was not expecting both scopes, but it's so nice to have both. I do like the film version better, but the Star Wars Chronicles version is super cool. It's nice to have both cards, filming prop variant and Star Wars Chronicles variant. And the note you sent, so nice. And of course, all these extra little goodies, these fuses made in Karelia. Just awesome. That little canister is very cool. The droid collar was just an awesome surprise. I mean, this is a beautiful piece. Just well done. Well done. That's what the top looks like. I don't know if I showed the top. Yeah. I just love that. And of course, the orange flash suppressor looks great. I mean, everything about this blaster is just top notch, as expected. John does incredible work, and I'm going to link all his info below. So please check him out. Yeah, and I think I'm just going to end the video here. So if you like videos like this, 3D printed things, or Star Wars The Black Series, my channel is Star Wars The Black Series. So if you like that sort of thing, or just Star Wars in general, smack like and subscribe if you're new, and don't forget to turn on notifications. I'd certainly appreciate it. And something else that I would love for you to consider, and that is joining the channel. It is the 112th Battalion. It's only 99 cents a month. You'll get sneak peeks to upcoming videos and custom emojis and loyalty badges, all those fun things. I would definitely appreciate that. But thank you guys so much for watching, and thanks again, John, for all this. I'll just see you guys next time.